Well, if an attacker is able to exploit a system at, like, say, the secret level, you don't want him to be able to smuggle data off that box by writing down. But he might be able to read things at a lower level. Does that make sense? If you can read something at a lower level, let's say you can read a file at a lower level, does anything change on that file when you read it?
Yeah.
Well, think about it.
Yeah.
What changes?
For the access time.
Last access time. The file system, yeah, right? So that, you don't change the content, but something does change. Now, if an attacker is able to set up a system where he's stealing stuff at the secret level, because he's already popped the box, but the box won't let him write anything off it, but it will let him read off it. So he sets up a system, and he sets up a little watchdog process that's looking at the last access time on this file, and he's reading it, reading it, and he's tapping this like Morse code, tap, 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 and over the series of microseconds, if he sees a change in last access time, we consider that a 1. If we don't see a change, we consider that 0, and we can 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. We can slowly tap in Morse code information off of the box by monitoring the last access time and watching changes and considering changes 1 and an absence of a change a 0. Now, if you stream that over microseconds, and we're monitoring at the microsecond level, that's 1,000,000 taps per second. That's a lot of, you might be able to move quite a bit of information. Sorry, it's 1,000, is it? Microsecond? Forgotten. It's a lot, though. Don't worry. It's enough to actually move some stuff, right? So you can see how that would happen. That's called a covert storage channel. You're able to sort of monitor things at a level that you're not supposed to have access to, but you're able to move it off the box. It's a covert channel. That's a way of moving information that wasn't intended. Covert timing channel is a similar idea, but in this case, we've got different processes running. So now, instead of looking at last access time, I'm going to look at CPU utilization on the box. And I'm going to have one process that's going to calculate pi real quick and spike the CPU. And then stop. And I'm going to calculate pi, stop. Calculate, 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 stop. And I can make my spikes the 1s and 0s now. So I will fluctuate CPU utilization as 1s and 0s, and I will monitor CPU utilization from somewhere else, and that's how I can send my 1s and 0s to move some information off the box.